Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back for another day of Astrogravity, energy, and wisdom here. And welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing up here. And where should I begin? First of all, the big news. The big news you're gonna feel a releasing of the visions. Where does that come from? You're gonna feel it because Neptune turning direct is basically it's been stationary, but it's gonna stay there for quite a while. But you're gonna feel like all of a sudden release. Some things that you did not see from before, now you're gonna see it. Also, another thing is that Saturn finally it's releasing Mars. You're gonna feel like, okay, now I'm ready for actions. I see what I need to do. I'm okay what I need to do, but I can't do it. Why? Why cannot do? Why you have to learn the patience, the compassion, and everything that it goes on in there? All it comes in that right now, currently, with the moon moving into Libra, it is about maintaining the balance. That's what Venus learned. But since Venus right now is in Scorpio, it is challenging Jupiter. It's challenging that growth. And at the same time, it squares Pluto. Talking about this Pluto situations in there, it is about that the things on Earth that it needs to be fixed are not fixed the way it should be. And when we're talking about for it is Pluto is at the end of Capricorn, which says there is gonna be a need of cardinal changes. And those cardinal changes, they gotta be a growth within the spiritual realm on Earth, which is Taurus. What are you thinking and what do you know about finances? Because love is not about money, finances, survival, and so on. It is about creation. What are you creating and what are you going to do? And if you're not creating with love, dear Mars, that you've been released, if you're not creating with the power of love, the power of both satisfactions of feminine and masculine energies, it doesn't matter what you build. If there is no internal balance inside, there will be no outward balance. So you're not going to be happy at life anyway. So, in that case, I'm talking about. But if you build it with synchronizations with Mars and Venus inside of it, then the things are different. And talking about this opposition now, that's what we're talking about, that you're going to learn the proper love. The proper love, the unifications with soul, with your internal self, within your heart, within everything, before you go into the intimacy. And this is why a lot of the people gonna have this challenge about talking about the intimacy situations. We're talking about what are you looking at as an intimacy within yourself, because the intimacy it's built by fantasies inside of you, and when we are with partner and so on, you have those fantasies. Now you get the real love, and you find out that all you've been doing is you programming yourself on the fantasies. Now you have to remove it. And that's what Venus does at Scorpio. Oh, I know a lot of you feeling it. A lot of you feeling it. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring that the chart for today, and let's talk about astrology in there. All right. So here, here is your chart. This is basically at 9 o'clock at night in there, and I'm starting with that, so you can watch until 9 p.m. in there. This is the reason is because that inner work that I'm just telling you about, this intimacy situations, is going to be focused on Jupiter. That is going to be a time that you're going to be realizing things. But look at it, that red lines going into Pluto and Venus, and that opposition with Venus towards midheaven and Jupiter. That is going to be when Venus is going to be at its lower point, and the spiritual maturity that you need to grow and understanding about money, it's going to be at your highest point. Now, if you pay attention up here on that energy right here, it's coming down to Mercury and it's talking to Venus. That same energy is coming down to Saturn, who's releasing Mars, And it also goes down to Venus. That is the angel wings. You capture those, you clear that out of these wrong things about intimacy, then you're gonna get into the higher spiritual realm inside of you of what you need to do. All right, so I'm gonna get you back into the early morning pretty quick so you guys can see what is going on. But I know some of the people wants to watch just the first 5-10 minutes of the video, and they're missing the rest of the point. That is their choice. But for those who stay until the end, here is that is your energy. So when you wake up in the morning, the balance in there, the focus of the balance is going to be there. Midheaven is in Libra, the beginning of the Libra. It's 1 degree in there. It's very close to the moon. Why? Because the moon represents your intuitions, but also what are you going to be feeling from within yourself. And that is going to be bringing the energies that you feel. And this is why this balance is going to be needed. The balance is going, as I be pointing out here, to Jupiter, and it goes pointing out into Mars, who is released. Mars is released. He's not anymore. He doesn't feel like any restrictions. He is ready to go and to move. Authority is ready to go to move. But the understanding that whatever you do in life, if you're not doing with love, it's going to be losing its point. And that's what that balance is. That's what Libra, because Libra represents that love in there. But what is the love right now? It's in Scorpio. It has to be purged. It has to be cleaned. It has to be taken out, all that stuff. So talking about in the next hour, midheaven, it's still gonna be at Libra, seeking at the balance with Mars. Pretty soon the moon is gonna be here. Remember when the Venus was here, what about 2.5 weeks ago? That was disconnections. They kept Mars not to do a premature actions, understanding the balance within the love. But now the moon is going to be reminding this overnight, and is going to be telling us what is this balance, because this balance is made it from who? From the universe, from within your spirit, because Uranus is still retrograde. Currently, we are having a Uranus retrograde and a Jupiter is retrograde. For it, there is nothing else retrograde except the Mercury retrograde. It's coming, guys. You know I'm gonna do a Mercury retrograde video for you, so stay tuned. It's gonna be up here. All right. So talking about in the next hour, which is that's gonna be at 9 o'clock in the morning. Of course, the focus is gonna be like. What is this intimacy? I need to have the intimacy. I need to have the physical. Without the physical, I'm not existing. I'm not feeling this true love, and so on and so on. But that is within you. Are you ready with your consciousness to make a conscious love, or you only need the physical love? And this is why a lot of the people in the Scorpio, they're finding that this energy of Scorpio, that yeah, let me give you the physical love and the attention and so on. But when they found out that the person only wants physical love, well, the Scorpio needs different love. What did the Scorpio does? Gets angry, gets aggravated, and so on and so on. So be mindful about these energies, because you may be feeling the one, you may be feeling the other, but at the same time, it's going to show you what you need to purge, what you need to clean, and what you need to improve in order to catch that beautiful synchronization, angel wings energies, so you can fly. You are here to be happy with someone. Okay? You're here to be happy, have a happy life. But don't create issues. And if you're not happy, look at it, what the issues are. Probably, first place you need to look, it's you, before you point out the issues with somebody else. All right, talking about in the next hour, there's going to be this Scorpio's energies again. That's going to give you a preview what's going to happen when a Venus it's going to be opposing Uranus. That is going to be like the universe tells you what you need to do and how you need to fix it, what is going to happen, and you go against the universe. I don't wish this to nobody. But hey, People are people. They don't listen. So you are gonna find out that the people who fighting the universe wins. It is what it is. You think you win, but no, you're gonna be losing some things. But be mindful about also about these communications because the moon is gonna be squaring Mercury here. Especially communications with mothers or intuitions that it's in telling you inside of yourself. The fear mostly. Oh, I don't know how to do this, and therefore I'm afraid to do it. It's going to be challenging in there. It's going to require cardinal changes in there because that energy right there, it is about between Capricorn and Libra. That problem comes in because he points out the cardinal issue. Are you afraid to tell your truth? Are you afraid to be the truth within yourself to yourself? How about the truth with others? What are you holding there? And this is going to be the maturity and the growth. Mars, which is that's going to develop this courage inside of you, and the moon, which is not going to be the mother, this beautiful intuition's energy, is going to be telling you it's time to end this. But Venus opposing Jupiter, it is about more about the feminine energies to find this courage inside of them to be truthful and honest about what is going on. If you don't know certain things, let it know, but be truthful. Yeah, Scorpio is the biggest fighters for truth, but they're also the biggest liars. It is what it is. Don't shoot that messenger. So, talking about those energies later on at 11 o'clock, speaking the hour of the truth, because this is gonna be this energies of expressions in there. That is what a midheaven is, and also the ascendant is at Aquarius, and that is going to be the rebellion against this. How can be so suppressive? How can be so stagnant? How can you be no more open? How do I hiding these things inside of me? Those things that are hiding inside of me, I put it under the rug, and now I cannot mature. I cannot grow. What I need to do? Lift up the rug, clean up the mess, take the mess out, take the trash out of your system, out of your thinking, out of your process, uncover it, the secrets inside of you, towards you, but then towards people. And then guess what? You're telling the people what you are inside of it, you don't care. Who has the power? Who got the power? You. All right. So, well, that's an Aquarius way. If you don't understand an Aquarius way, nobody can help you. But if you understand it, God bless the people who's going to work with you. You're going to help them. All right. So, talking about in the next hour, Midheaven is going to be connecting with the Sun, the authority, as you see it right here. Beautiful. I mean, this is masculine energies right now. They're in a very beautiful cooperations with the universe. There is a very beautiful energies here with the moon. Basically, this is going to be like beautiful hour. This Aquarius energies towards Venus, perfect. Saturn, perfect. He's like, here's your limitations. That's what you're in the jail. Basically, it's like, why I don't have a partner? Why I don't have this? And Saturn comes in. It's like, have you changed? You didn't change your ways. You want to control the people. Saturn doesn't let you. But if you change, I will let you go out. Did you did your correction when you are in the jail? I'll let you go. If you have not correct yourself, you're not growth, then Pluto is not gonna put you. That's why they're calling a Pluto sometimes the war, the jail maker, and so on in there. This deep, dungeons down deep in there. Some people have to go to the dungeons to understand how bad they are to themselves, but also to others. And later on, they're like, well, my life is not good. Why? Because what you have inside of you, it's what's coming outside of you. All right. So talking about the next hour, what you just said, the inner work and the work and the new beginning, you want to try all this, is going to create these issues inside of you. We're talking about this inner work and communications with Mercury, who is preparing to be going retrograde soon. You feel the pressure. Let me tell you, when a Mercury goes retrograde, he's going to pass through that same point. He's going to go back, and then he's going to go back again. So this is going to be 3 times he's going to go through this point. What are you telling yourself? Be mindful what he got in the 6 degrees of Capricorn. Okay? That is going to be things that you need to look really deep, deep, deep in there. Those degrees, those first degrees of Capricorn and the last degrees of Sag. Because Sag is inspiration, but inspirations is only of words. While Capricorn is, I turn the words to actions. And this is what is going to be a lot of diversifications, first of all, within yourself to understand that you got to keep your word as a Capricorn. This is what I said, what you have in there. And the Capricorn, and then look at it, what you tell yourself. Because if you lie to yourself, the work is not gonna get done. But if you tell your truth to yourself and you're acting on the basis of that truth to yourself, the work is gonna get done. And when the work is gonna get done, who is maturing here? You. So talking about these communications, as you see it, Venus is in very beautiful energies at this point. It goes down to Jupiter, the growth, the spiritual growth right now that it comes in. If you're in the negative side of that energy of Jupiter, you're gonna be, I want this money for me. I want everything to be for me. I want this fame and power and money and everything to be for me. And Jupiter just watching you in there is like, okay, I'm gonna give it to you, but you don't know what to do with them. You think the money, the houses, and the cars gonna make you happy? Knock yourself out. But they're not going to. A lot of growth in there, in the spirit. All right, so here comes the next hour, which is about 2 o'clock in there. As you see it, those energies, it's gonna be basically going with the flow. It's not gonna be too much stress, except your intuition is gonna be seeing what the things are coming in there, nicely sailing through that hour. Ascendant is connecting with Jupiter because you finally get it from the previous hour that you need to mature and like, okay, I have no choice. If I want to be happy in life, I gotta work on me. So accepting at this hour that you need to work on you, there's gonna be helping you in there. But in the next hour, which is the midheaven, is gonna be with Pluto. Pluto squaring Venus. Is gonna be telling you, go ahead and look inside of you, your understanding about love. You do that, I will get you a very good energies to see what it's coming. You're going to be friend to your own self. Ascendant, Gemini, represents unifications of the two things. They are the part of the same thing, the twins, the Gemini. But look at the inside of you. You have a lower self and a higher self. That is the third house, which is usually that is a where the friendship are. So that reflection on the friendship towards yourself is going to leading to the friendship with others and doing the proper transformations in there. Here is that divine energies coming from Mercury and the Venus about those proper communications that you're telling to yourself. That maturity and the growth. If it's not that maturity and the growth, Saturn says like, nope, you're not a friend to yourself. Sorry, and talking about those energies later on at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Neptune is going to be with the ascendant. Ascendant, it's opposing the sun. Authority challenges in there at this time. Be mindful what you have in Gemini, especially the 19 degrees in there. And we're talking about between the 14, 13 degree and all the way into like 25th, 26th degree of Gemini. You may have some challenges with the authority or authoritative talking, exploring, and so on situations. Be mindful about this because Neptune is there and it's moving that energies forward. But if you're not ready to authorize the friendship nets with authority, masculine energies, and so on, what are you going to be doing? So the midheaven at Aquarius, it's helping you at this time. As you see it, that midheaven, that's what's important, what you have in Aquarius, is sextiling all those energy, but at the same time, it's trying with the moon. Your intuitions to maintain the balance. Beautiful. If you maintain your balance, good. So, talking about this hour, the next hour at 5 o'clock, that energy goes into the ascendant. You already work with that energy. You know, it's about love. Okay. Finding that indulgence and giving money and thinking that when you give money, the people love you. You're buying love, but you don't know what real love is. And this is why some of the people who does that, finding out that they giving money, but they didn't get the love that they're expecting because they're codependent. On the other side is you find out that the people who's giving you money, they don't love you. They buying the love from you. You don't want money. You want some real love. But you gotta look at the, both these situations inside of it, because if you're in this kind of like a relationship, probably we are both and not working with that true love that is in there. Huge triggers, by the way, huge triggers. And since that is a related to a family, and if you find that that energies exist in a family, be mindful about the communications of this hour. Specifically, if they are triggered from a mother, if your mother tells you this man, this woman doesn't love you, and so on, and that ascendant right here, that opposing Mercury, and squares the moon, be mindful about those energies. You don't need influence from third parties. All you need is the understanding. What is it going on? And you to work to correct this. Who is the corrections? Pluto. Okay? Your transformations is your part of this. So talking about the next hour, if you fix some situations, another situations will comes in, and as I said, be mindful about these communications because right now the ascendant is squares the moon. If you got the previous hour of energy of mothering coming in and there, it tells you what to do. You should tell your mother that she has not learned the lessons, not to stick the nose when it's not belonged to. But you should look at your own intuitions and the mysteries behind it. Why is all this? What is that all that energy? And there's going to be a lot of divine help. Why? If you look at the rising energies, which is that's going to be at this 18, 19 degrees of Cancer, that divine energy is going to the authority and to the actions into Mars. But that visions currently is like, what is it going on? What I see, what I feel this pressure. Well, I feel this pressure because that pressure was coming in from no balance in the family. Okay, you see all that in there. And when you look at that energies, you're going to be using these divine masculine energies right in here because Mars is going to be at the fifth house with the sun pretty much, crossing the fifth house of the kids. And that is going to be coming in straight up into Jupiter. And then it's going to go down into the moon. And from the moon, it's going to go into the midheaven, the part of the inner work. This is why is that energies of the father, which is the sun represents, is like the father knows that the mother should not stick belong to whatever her son, daughter, or whatever situations that might rise up, but also to use her intuitions to find itself and maintain the balance within. That is the primary functions in the family. This is why the moon is going to Cancer. But now the moon is in Libra. It has to maintain not only personal balance, which is Cancer. Your personal balance about family is in Cancer. If you want family member, create a war, the war goes to everybody. If you want family member, create the inner peace. The inner peace goes to all the family members. But now the moon is in Libra. That is the same balance inside of it to be passed with others, to others. And that is going to be a huge challenge to some of you. All right, talking about the next hour, which is 7 o'clock in there, you see those energies are coming, lack of transformations. Who is transforming? Who is not transforming? Who is not want to do the work? Nobody likes to work the dirty work. Nobody wants to pick up the rock and sweep the dirt underneath. Nobody wants to get that energies out. Nobody wants to go to the toilet and clean up the toilet, even though that you did the job. But what about you have a pile of stuff that you pile it throughout life, and now all this begins to irritating your life, sickening your life, and so on and so on. What are you going to do? Get yourself to work. Clean up the mess. It's your mess. You clean it. And then when you clean it, you're going to be attracting someone who's already done the same thing. Okay? Big transformations. So talking about the next hour, which is that's going to be at 8 p.m., the energies is going to be connecting with that healing as the moon. It is approaching pretty much the mid Libra in there. And look at it with this. It's what it needs to be healed, because that energy is going to be connecting directly to the authority of what you're telling yourself, of what you need to heal. But that is going to be depending on the previous hour of what you thought it should be. It's all about you. Don't try to getting into someplace else. A lot of the people, they try to cut corners, escape different routes. They try to learn techniques of what they should do so other people do things for them. They never mature. They never grow. But if you find that within yourself, and you're correcting this, and you do the right work inside of you, that work is going to be paid off. It's going to give you a lot of wisdom in there. And the wisdom, it's going to be learned from the teacher. Who is the teacher? Saturn is giving this divine energy towards Leo, and that energy is going back into Mercury, who is giving these beautiful energies to Jupiter. Jupiter gives this energy into Mars and giving these energies into the moon to maintain the balance. As you see at those yachts right now there is a beautiful yacht between the sun towards Uranus and from Uranus towards the moon. This is when the two parents finally decide to go ahead and do the things. This is when the authority intuition within you is going to be working together. This is, if you have issues with your parents, you will figure it out. What is the parent situations is, and you will understand the divine purpose, why you were born in this family, why you're solving their issue. You're solving their issues so you're not repeating, you're not bringing within you in the next family you create, into the next world, to the next new earth, to the breaking old paradigms to develop the new earth. All right, well, I show you that energies in there. I was talking to you earlier, and here is that inner work that needs to be done of growth. This is going to be that hour previously coming in there, and that energies is coming. There's oppositions up here. As opposition, it shows you what the problem is. But if you're opposing the opposition, guess what happened with opposing the opposition? You're adding more gasoline into the fire. And you haven't transformed yet. But if you see the lessons, the things that you need to learn, which is Saturn right here, if you mature and do your inner work, all that energy is going to be going to Mercury, the proper communications of things inside of you first, and then with others, and they're going to be releasing all this pressure, all this fire, all those things. Of course, the fire, it's always going to be coming in another place. I'm talking about the people who's fighting the universe. Be mindful what you got around meet Leo. You may feeling that nothing works for you because the universe is punishing you. The thing here is what you did for the universe before you asking the universe something. You might did something and the universe told you, you should have not done this. You should have not helped these people. You put yourself in that situation. So now you're suffering because you put you in that situation. I didn't told you so. And some people who taking advantage of this, now they're suffering because of, okay, well, they took an advantage in there. You should not take advantage of these situations of help of others. But they both have to learn the same lesson. Okay? It's all about the money, right? Well, talking about the next hour, which is that's going to be at 10 o'clock. Divine reasons. You're finding that intuitions that work with Uranus there, and the same thing that works with the Sun. If the similar situations are going within family, where the family goes? Nowhere. But when the family, the mother and the father put the things together, everything goes well. If you put the image of the father that you need to become, if you put the image of the mother that you need to become, and you get that download from the universe right now, who is giving you this energy that it's focused within the spirituality realms, you're going to be able to transform yourself. That is the help you've been seeking. Okay. But if you got that intuition and authority inside of you that works, you put who in charge? The universe. You're not fighting it because you learned from the previous hour what happens when you fight the universe. Yeah, we're talking about in the next hour that is going to be intense energy of the ascendant of Libra, that it's squaring Mars and the Sun. If something was not healed, if something was not built in a friendshipness, if you're not a friend, the best friend to yourself first, that's going to reflect to not be a friend with others. But you need to remember also, when a people see you that you're a friend to your own self and you're respecting your own self in there and not bow or submissive to other people in there, and they're like, oh, you cannot be my friend because you don't do the things that I want you to do for me. And you're like, well, that's kind of like a friend I don't want. So if your friend circle it's too small, look at inside of you. What's the reasons are? Okay. And that can be interesting because this is going to be inner work, but you're also going to find out this beautiful divine work. What did you learn about love? From what kind of friends? The one who tells you that you should be real, you should be honest, you should be trustful within yourself and trustful with others, and let others show you their colors. And that is related to what? To Venus. And if you pay attention right here at the midheaven, there is this beautiful, beautiful yacht between Mercury and Venus now created in there. If you're healed and what you need to heal, that energy from here from the ascendant toward Jupiter and from Jupiter to Mercury, that is going to be this energy that's going to be helping you so much. You to heal and understand and move on into the next stage of life. All right, so that's what it was for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any inquiries, you can check out our website, aquaspirit.com, and come back tomorrow for another astrogravitational report for you guys and wisdom here. Be love and good luck.